Okay, so good morning everyone, and we will start from the last day that is called SQL data types. We already discussed. Okay, so there are topics that we have already discussed, right? SQL format. These are topics that is need for the data analysis part. The SQL comments was there, SQL union was there, SQL self and SQL data types. Okay, so preferably for the few past SQL classes, there already all the videos are uploaded in the playlist in the YouTube channel, and just two is remain, and I'm uploading it today. So the thing is, we already know the how to create table, how to select, alter, or but there are some things that is left for the data analysis part. Okay, for SQL, just like SQL automation for auto increment, then dates, working with the dates, then case studies. So a little bit of SQL subqueries you can say. So that part will be covered step by step. And obviously later will be discussed with the SQL Python database connection also. Not worry, will be discussed this also. But first of all, step by step, these things that will be must be discussed, because these things is not thoroughly or not all the time you will be get from the well, or any classes later. But these things is need. But what is the purpose of the SQL auto implementation? That will be help for you to store data, to insert data. So that things will be discussed later, date by date. First of all, we will discuss now for the SQL case. Okay. So you can give a heading on that SQL dates. Okay, so as you already, my whole team and the second whole team, whoever they are, those who taking classes from Python from me, so they already know. And also in the project classes, project sessions, you already see that when data cleaning portion was there, there are little bit of tricky things you have been faced in the data cleaning portion. Okay, that like if there will be a disorder in the SQL data option, you have to be clear it, or you have to be rectify the right order. So date, the most difficult part when working with the dates, like when the data will start, like in this 2021, then 08 the month, then 31 is the date. Okay. Then later 2001, 09, 02, and again 2001, 11, then 09, 05, suppose. So that is the year, that is the month, that is the day. So this is a format. Suppose there are some data that in this format these data are stored, but suddenly in the fourth option it will by mistake changes the things. That means here is the year, here is the day, and here is the month. Or suppose you can say 0, so 1, 10. So the month will be 10, suppose 01, then 2011. It also does not the right order, because we have already the predefined or the most of the dates order right this way. So this also the uh, defective order, you can say, or not the right order, proper order to store the date type data. So this problem you can face in every challenges for the SQL, not only for the SQL database connection, you can see in the Python also. In every field where the data sorting or data storage is there, you can see this type of problem you can face. But when you work with the data with SQL, you have to be rectify, or you have to be work careful. Okay. So the format of the date you are trying to insert, or you are trying to store, just keep in mind that matches the format of the date column in the database. When you create table, create suppose product table create. Okay. And then you mention date column for date time, and you mention the format like that way: year, month, and date. But at the time of data storing or tuple insertion, you can say data storing or tuple insertion, that time you see that the format automatically changes into like that way. So it is the wrong thing. So you have to be keep in mind that when or which format you create the date or column, which format you also create the date column in product table. That only that format you can store the data. Okay, only that format. If the format will be like that, you please insert your tuple or data, you can say in that format. When you write in that format, only in that format you can please store. Not miscellaneous, not mix up with the format portion. Now, when with the date, there will be little bit time portion, okay, added. So this is little bit of, can say, difficult, okay. Just like year, these things will be there, and obviously hour, then minute, then second. So this type of totally date format with a timestamp, if mentioned together, it will little bit difficult. So try to use only these things, and if these things will be attached with it, you can somehow clear the data or stand alone with these only and partition it with another column. You can also do that. Okay. So, but little bit of tricky or difficult when you try to do with the date and time act together in a single data. So now we will discuss the types of data or what types of date type data we can use. Okay, what type of date some data we can use. Just now I'm writing. Till now, I think everyone clear actual what is the problem we are facing with the date types, date data types, you can say. So MySQL and SQL Server. I'm just looking with the two database connection, MySQL SQL Server, because there are a lot of Oracle was there, MS Access was there, so little bit of SQLite also there, PCSQL, but I'm doing with MySQL and SQL Server. Comes, you can write in your notebook with the following types for storing data, or sorry, date or a date time value in the database. So this is a little bit of heading. Now let's check what type of things are there. After doing, just make a heading on it, and then we will move on for the next chart portion. Okay, in between I am sending you something. Just a second. Okay, so in between I am sending you just like some attendance sheet. Please fill it up. Attendance sheet is given in the chat box. Please fill it up. Okay, this heading already done with your notebook. Hello, please respond everyone. All of you please done.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So just make a like chart. MySQL. This one is server. So first of all, there are common. So this is the date. This is also a data type called date. Inside date data type, there is also keyword date. Okay. And there is also date time. Together, date time together. So these two portions are commonly. So that's why I am using first of all MySQL for date as same for both SQL and MySQL server. Sorry, SQL server and MySQL just like that. And you can also write the same thing there. And for this, okay. And okay, it's a little bit of short from just a minute. Per minute and second. So this is for the MySQL also and same as for the SQL server. Now, little bit two different things are there. That is timestamp, only timestamp. This is different in MySQL and different in SQL server also. Okay. For the timestamp, there are also some types year means date mentioned, or you can say in most of the time only time mentioned. Okay, only time. I'm writing together, but just keep in mind when timestamp is there. So in the, sometime in data format, this date and time together also can use, or just simply this time portion you can use. But for the SQL server, different thing is here a unique number is represent, a unique number. Just write a unique number. So a unique number is used for mentioning the timestamp in SQL server. Okay. Now MySQL, their year also used. So year format obviously same, this or this. 1980 or only 80, 2024 or only 24. So these two types you can use for MySQL. For SQL Server, there are no ER data type also, just small date time. There is a new format of data type including in date data type present in SQL Server, and it will also as same for the before. So these are mainly most of the time used date data type in MySQL and SQL Server. Okay, date was there, date time was there, timestamp little bit different in MySQL and SQL Server. ER data type also there in MySQL, SQL Server, small data time, date time also there. So in spite of these things, there are suppose some of the portion or some of the little bit different data types also, date data types, but it not mostly used. So mostly used data types we are already discussed. Please complete the table, then we'll moving on the example. Yeah, Sifali, are you there? Sifali, Gayatri, Gayatri, Sifali, anyone is there?
Yes, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes, you are audible. Okay, just I just notify you. Sandeep's sister is not okay. Okay.
Okay.
He just suffering some bone marrow problem. So that's why I'm asking him what happened. You are not joining classes. So he just send me the screenshots. So I hope he will not joining classes or sessions for a minimum time. So just keep in mind, and if any problem he will be faced or for the project for the assignment, just help him. Okay.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Okay, sir. Sure.
Done, sir.
Okay. Uh, please, all of you, fill the attendance sheet in time. Just remind. Okay, I'm removing this thing and now exam. Okay. Let's suppose there is a table. Table name. Just make table name order. Okay. Now order ID. There are columns. Order ID. Order name and order date. Okay. And there are something like data order ID 101, 102, 103, order name, rice, vegetables, then rings, just like, okay. And for the order date, just keep in mind that when you create the order table, you use this format. Okay, you use this format. So we have to store the tuple, we have to store the data in this same format. So I think this format you will do. This is a format. And when there will be like ask or a query was there, fetch us or admit us, just like the query, give us the details of order of order date. Okay. 10th November 2008. This is the query. So what you want to write? So what will be the answer? Tell me, anyone? What will be the answer?
Select star from order where date is equals to. Do we need to change that order date?
No, no, not changes any date. Just what you have told. Select star from order where order date just simply is equal to then first inverted comma and mention the right format. Okay, not this format, right format. Okay, so this will be your answer, but this will be your answer. But if in place, suppose there will be mentioned this thing and give us the details of order date 10 February 2008, not mentioning the rest of the thing or rest of the time, just simply mentioning date and details. So then if you write the things select star from order where order date is equal to this, then you will not getting any answer. Okay, why? Because the query looking for dates, not the time. When there will be suppose main time mentioned and the query and format is not the same. Yes. So when you mentioned the date, only date in your query, not the type of details things, but in your order date column in a table, suppose there are a few time will be mentioned and you just select star from order where order date is equal to this thing, not mentioning any time things or time stamp, you will not getting any type of answer, or because of no time portion will be mentioned in the query. So that is the different, or that is the little bit of difficulties when you work with order date data types with time together. Okay, means date time you are working for the SQL in a together. There are little bit of tricky, little bit of difficulties you can face. So better you separate date column different side and time column different side. So that's why when there will be a query for exact time, for exact date, and that mentioned, it will be very much easy to face the accurate result. So this is the example for date data type for SQL Server and MySQL. Okay, you can take a snapshot of that page, and we will move on for the SQL case expression.
So can you repeat, like if the timestamp is given, then how we can fetch the data?
When the timestamp is given, suppose there are order date, it will be there, and means order date column you are created in a table, and the format is only this thing only your format, but there is a data what you stored in that column in that table, in suppose that were attached this timestamp. Okay, so when you are asked with a query just like that, give us the details of order date 10th February, sorry, 10th November 2008, and there are also suppose the time attached with the order date column, but not in the create table portion. When you create the table, you are not creating this type of format, time format. So at the query portion, when you try to solve, you will getting no answer. So what should be the solve of this problem? You just simply separate the column, means there will be date column also there when you create the table, and time column also there when you create the table. Just separate the column, means an extra column you can add, and there you can mention accordingly to your order name, order date, the exact time when the order was fetched. So that is the only solution. Okay.
Okay, so, and sir, how we can separate them? Like, what is the query to separate the
No, no,
column?
not when you actually separate it in the create table portion.
Okay,
Means
sir.
first of all, you done create table, then order, then you do date and date data type also there, and you like that you put this format date, and me by mistakenly or all the things the time format will be attached. But what will be the solution of that problem? Just create date column one and then time column. So column was separated, you put date data type here and time things here, and it will be easy to fetch. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Actually, Mehul, the thing is what you have asked in the chat box. Just clear that what format you create in your table. Mean already you know in the table creation structure what format you have been created in that. If you created only date, okay, and your data will be date time together, then how can we fetch the date and date time together in your query? If you create the date portion only, then you can only fetch the date portion in your query. But if you create your date time structure in your table, when the create table portion, then you can store your time portion also together. But must remind that where the query, what your query is need, according to your query, you have to perform. Okay, so that is the difference, and that is I am trying to say, because you create a structure and not fulfilling the query according to that structure, that will be difficulties when you work. Okay, so I think everyone done. Now moving on to the next part.
Yeah, done, sir.
So the next part is SQL case expression. Case expression, just like the decision control system or decision control statement in Python, means if, elif, else. It is a similar format in SQL. It is called SQL case expression. So when SQL data analyst project will be there, what quantity of the product, what quantity of the order, this type of query you can solve, you can create the table with this type of test case expression. So the case expression goes through condition and return a value when you can write. Okay, I'm just telling that case expression in SQL goes through conditions and returns a value when any of the mentioned condition is met, like an if, elif, else statement. Once, then the next part is when the condition is true, it will stop reading and return the result. So you have putting some condition. First step will be putting some conditions, and the case expression will go through with the conditions and returns a value when any of the mentioned condition is met, like if, elif, else statement. Once condition is true, stop reading and returning the, sorry, not return, return the result. return the result. So this is the actual format. First of all, when you create table, just tuple insertion or data insertion will be done. Then at the time of query, the query is given some condition. So the case expression we are using will go through all the conditions that we put there and returns a value when any of the mentioned condition is met, is like to be performed if elif else statement. Once condition is true, it will stop reading the other format and just return the result. So this is the actual process how the SQL case expression will work. When we give in the example, you will see the result. Just write down it and we'll moving for the example. And in the after SQL case expression, we'll take a little bit of gap with the previous assignment. Okay. Akash and Sefali, please ready with the assignment result that is left. Okay, we'll discuss it.
So which assignment result?
I think the 15th, the assignment 2, the 15th, up to 15 we are already done. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes, Akash, I know. I will discuss it right now. 15 already done. 16, 17, 18, 19, I think 5 left. Okay, 7
Okay,
left.
sir.
7 to 8 left. We'll discuss it now.
Okay,
After
sir.
SQL case expression, then we will move on other two topics. Okay. Please write down it very quickly. We'll moving for the example portion.
Done, sir.
Okay. Okay, Sefali, no issue. Now the example. Okay. Select order ID, comma, quantity from orders. Okay. Select order ID quantity from orders. That means orders is a table which contains order ID quantity, these two column. Okay. Also, it has many more column rather than order ID and quantity. Here we only choose two column to showcase as an output. Select order ID quantity from orders. Now, case expression start. Or you can say, just a second. Hello, 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 hello. Okay. Sorry guys, there is a power cut. Okay. So select order ID quantity from orders. Just selecting two column from order table. Now the test case is start. Case. Before giving you the example with case, just mention, so just pick it up and remind that there is a query. You have to find out the higher quantity, balanced quantity, lower quantity according to the condition that when the quantity will be greater than 30, then it will be higher quantity. When the quantity is equal to 30, then it is balanced quantity. When the quantity is less than 30, then it is called the lower quantity. It is the condition. And you have to be find out according to your table which are the higher quantity, which are the balanced quantity, which are the lower quantity. This is the query. So first of all, we just write select order ID quantity from orders table. Now case, okay, case will be there. Then starting when table name quantity greater than 30, then higher quantity. Okay. Again, same place when quantity is equal to 30, then balanced quantity. When quantity less than 30, then lower quantity. And to stop it, just write end. Okay. And it will getting stopped. So this is the format. Select order ID quantity. We just need two column as our query mentioned from the table orders. Now how the test case will be done? Case when quantity is greater than 30, then higher quantity. When quantity will be is equal to 0, then it will called the balanced quantity. When the quantity is less than 30, then it is called lower quantity. So these things are there. How the test case expression you can use for perform the barrier, or you can say parameter. There are different types of contingents, not like that in a numerical format you can find in a suppose order by customer city. We can give you one more example how the city country order by things will be there for this type of case expression. So you can use the test case expression like that. First of all, case, and open the thing, then there will be end. Okay, in this way you can use the case expression for SQL for various conditions is given for according to your query wise. Write that. We'll give you the next example for order by city and country, how we can use for a non-numerical data, for a characterized data, how the case expression will work. Please respond if you completed. Otherwise, I will not know how to do it, how to do it in another way. Please, when you done, please respond. Okay, Akash. Okay, Mehul. The other people, Prashant, Gayatri, Rushi, Mehul,
Yes, sir.
Pallavi,
It's done.
Pooja,
Yes,
Venkatesh,
sir.
all good?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Just a second.
Okay. So I think it's completed. Now we are moving to the next part. So another one is order by. Okay. So which order by portion you want, just keep in mind. Suppose there is a query that from a customer table, which customer live in a city or country, both are there. Find out city and country from the customer table. Order by, the condition that is given, make or give or fetch us the output order by city. If city column is null, then order by country. So this is the query. Okay. This is your query. Now how to solve it? Select customer name, city, and country from. We just use this three column from customers. First step done. I am already repeated time tell all of you, just break the things when the query is given. Just break the things. Select customer name, city, country from customers. First step done. Now what is the case? Order by city. If city is null, then country. So now order by case. When city is null, then country, else city. Okay. Now end. So this is a simple test case. Select customer name, city, country from the customers. Order by. What is the condition? Oh, we have to put it in a order by city. If city is null, then country. So case, when city is null, then country, else city, and end. So this is the query and how the test case will be performed. You can get a different type of examples throughout website. After the assignments, the case assignment was there, I'll discuss it more. Okay. SQL is about to practice. Just keep in mind. Now, please write down it. We'll move on. SQL auto implement. Everyone, please done quickly. Okay, I'm removing it. If anyone left, please write down in the chat box or do quickly. And make sure all of you please fill the Google form. So, auto increment, this term you hear, and just suppose you hear that there is something in your mind appear that it automatically increments some value or automatically increment some data. So auto increment allows a number to be generated automatically when a new record is inserted, or you can say a new record will be uploaded into a table. Auto increment. Suppose in a SQL table, ID, sorry, and price 101, sorry, 100, and price will be 35. This ID column, when you create the table creation part, not the data input part, the table creation part, you mentioned this ID column as an auto incrementation or auto increment. So what it will be done? You have not need to be store data, not need to be insert data in ID column. It automatically doing this. By default, auto increment value is 1. If you mentioned the value by your choice in the create table portion, like ID auto incrementation is equal to 100, then it will be act like that. So automatically it will increment the value. You have not to do by your side randomly to insert the data for a particular column. So this is what auto incrementation we are doing, or auto increment we are using in SQL database. So auto increment will be the primary key. Why the primary key? Because there are no repeated value inserted there. Auto incrementation happened. Means by default it will increment 1 1 1 1. If you put any value for incrementation, it will follow that value for increment. So auto increment will be the primary key. Okay. We would like to be created automatically every time a new record will be inserted. That is the auto implementation. And for the definition part, you can write auto increment allows a unique number that to be generated automatically when a new record is inserted to shell. So this is the short brief about auto increment. Just like whenever you put the auto incrementation in the create table portion, by default it will increment to 1. Otherwise, it's your choice how the auto incrementation will be happened. Just mention the value with the respective column and the auto incrementation will go of your choice. Okay, write down it for the definition for the short brief. We will moving on to the example portion. Okay, I'm removing it. Now, table creation. Create table, suppose person. Okay. Anyway, you can write in a capital or a small. It's depend upon the server, what platform you are using. So anything you can write. So this is a table that we created. Create table person. Person ID is integer, not null. Auto increment. So person ID is a integer data type. It must be not null. Means there will be no null values present. Okay. Obviously, it is auto increment. So that means obviously no null values is there, and also it is act as a primary key that is mentioned later. First name worker variable character length 30 not null, it also not null. Last name also variable character length 30, it also not null. Age data type, it may be null, so we're not mentioning not null directly, just integer data type. So this is the table, one type of table that we created. Okay, now you can see here person ID column auto incrementation. It will happen into person ID column. Default value 1. No value we by our side. It is also take default value that is 1. Okay. So now there suppose little bit of line that must be written down. You can say MySQL uses. What is the term that is used for auto implementation? It is auto underscore increment, auto increment. MySQL uses auto increment keyword to perform implementation and by default increment value one for each record. Now, auto incrementation start with a new value or with another value that will be given by your side. Then what we do? Simply write alter table. What is the table name? Table name is person and insert the auto implementation is equal to 100 or whatever value you can choose. 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever value, integer value you can choose, just write down. Alter table person auto increment. So what is for this? Just write for choosing different value for increment. For choosing different value for increment, you just write. Okay. And also one last thing for today. When after table creation done, there will be person ID, first name and last name. So person ID, first name and last name. This is your table. Auto implementation happened there. When you try to fill up a new data with first name and last name, not with the person ID, don't hesitate. Person ID will automatically specify a new value for the new data. Like you write here, insert into person table name. Okay. Then write down here first name, which format the data will input, first name, comma, last name. Then values, Akash Gupta. So insert into person first name and last name values will be Akash Gupta. It will store here. Okay. But you are not mentioning person ID. Don't worry. It will automatically mention it like whatever they are before person id will be 10, then it will be automatically 11 by default value auto incrementation 1. If you mention the auto incrementation 100, then it will be 10, then it will be 110. So in this way SQL auto incrementation happened. By default it will increment the value. You can try with different column, basically for the integer based column, data type column, or floating base or decimal based columns. You can just try whatever the result you can come, fetching it, and together one or two column you can also use, but keep in mind auto increment method must be applicable for that two columns. I mean, suppose there is a price and ID column will be auto increment, okay, but price will be not the auto increment like na. How you know the price will be increment 1 or 100 in a particular value. So this is the auto incrementation portion for SQL. I hope everyone take a snapshot or take a note from it. And that's it for today. Will be meet next day. Tomorrow, if there will be class, it will be project based, and we will discuss with the SQL rest of the assignment too. Akash, please join with system. Everyone will be working with the assignment. Join with system, showing the assignment too. Okay, and we will be discuss the model prediction for the social media Instagram reach analysis. Then we'll be move further. Okay, please snapshot it or note it. I'll be remove. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for